What is up, you guys? The Fallout What If here, and today I'm going to be doing What If Deku was the reincarnation of Guts. Now, I like this so far. So if you guys can get this to 100 likes, not 250 or none of that, just 100 likes to show that you still want this thing, to show that you still want this video or this What If to still keep going on. And also, how would I say it? I'm going to put down on the polls, what do you want? Do you either want to have what if Deku was the son of Goku, or what if Deku was an SSJ4? I'll still keep doing that because I love the two very much. Anyway, so we get to the whole point of the story where Deku basically finds out about Deku, not Deku's, finds out about freaking Ida's brother. He pretty much doesn't care. To be honest, he does, like, feel bad, but at the same time, I don't know if I said this, but I don't think he knows him, in any great capacity. He just knows him to be as a hero. It does kind of hurt, because it's like, wow, a hero got hurt. But at the same time, it's not like a big issue or anything like that. Now, but anyway. Let's see. Okay, what about this? We have freaking Deku just attacking a group of villains and then just going with All Might and trying to find out what to do. Now, Deku knows not to kill, but usually he does that. So, he's just going to one of the heroes, actually to show them hero training. With also, how would I say this? They teach him how to be as much of a hero when training, and basically it's going to be with the orcs or with the freaking seal hero. He's basically going to be with Froppy. Now, he could have been with freaking Gran Torino, but at the same time, basically, he's already taught him Vocalin and all that much, but restraint is something that needs to be even more implemented. So going with some heroes that were also known as animal heroes. How would I say this? It will basically help him out greatly. Now, give me a second here, people. Now, basically, Deku sees Froppy and also Gran Torino talking to freaking Selkie, or basically also known as a spotted seal. Now he basically, finds out that, Selkie is someone who, basically does adorable things, or what, him and Froppy think is kind of adorable. It's basically embarrassing to the rest of the crew. So, Deku just goes around and just talk about different things. This is when All Might is going to take Deku's place and helping out finding stuff with Gran Torino. So things go much more differently and much more possibilities. But anyway, Deku gets trained into understanding why not to always use a weapon. Why weapons aren't always used, although it is used a lot, like Bakugo's quirk or basically other things. Basically, he needs to learn not to shoot or not to kill anybody, because it's always just going to be useless if somebody just shoots people for no good reason. It's hard to say, but Deku just knows that he has to just do whatever he has to do. It's a challenge for him. And this is the challenge. Not going around and using weapons for anything. So this is when, basically, Deku and Froppy talk with Selkie about what, the missing cargo and all that stuff, which leads to freaking which leads Selkie, or the hero, the spotted seal, whatever his name is, Selkie, it leads him to just do a cute pose and all that stuff, talking all cutesy, And basically, both of them thinking that's kind of adorable. Froppy think it's really adorable. You know, Deku's has been with animals all this time, so this doesn't actually change a thing for him. Now, Selkie just does his thing, and give me a second here, people. Okay, anyway. So, Deku just basically basically Deku and Froppy just try to find freaking, you know, the freaking boat, but none of them can see it, besides Deku, of course, since he basically has, what animals do, or some animals do, hunter instincts like night vision and a good sense of smell. Let's see. Also, the fact of the matter is he also has animal instincts, like basically he can dodge and parry different kinds of attacks. But Deku is just basically he's just trying to, how would I say this? He cares about you know, about what people think. So he's not telling anybody else just yet. So Deku is just, you know, hearing what Cyrus and Selkie are talking about. And they basically go find the boat. Now, this is when they find the boat. Deku and Froppy are about to get off the boat. But this is when Selkie says, no, you cannot. None of you guys can go. We'll take it from here. And Deku, basically Froppy says, but how do we get any experience? And Deku says, this is the part of the how do I say it? This is the part of the intermission or intern part where basically they have to wait and let them talk about it. They shouldn't worry too much. Well, basically, she shouldn't worry as much. Now, this is when Selkie says, well, thank you, Izuku. And yes, anyway, we have to get out the ship. And Deku is saying that he has a bad feeling about this. And this is when Froppy says, but wait a minute, if you have a bad feeling about this, why'd you let the others go? And Deku says, because we have to concentrate right now on the bigger issue at hand. Right now, they're safe because I think that they're not going to be hurt since, whatever his name is, he has, sonar, capabilities. So right now, if he does get hurt, then we'll charge in, but at the same time, we have to wait on how what the others are going to do. Now, this is when, basically, Deku and Froppy just waits and waits and waits until they hear something. They hear, it sounds like a bunch of movement, but it sounds like slapping at the same time in water. Give me a second here, people. Now, whew, man, a lot of talking. But anyway, Deku and Froppy hear slapping, and all they heard was basically the two guys getting out of the ship and going to the shore. This is when Deku hears something, but not as clearly as Cyrus. Now Cyrus can hear freaking clicking, and Deku is thinking to himself, so he's using Morse code. And Deku is and freaking Cyrus is saying, yes, basically Morse code. Oh, you have some good hearing, young man. But anyway, they hear what's going to happen, and basically Deku and Froppy have to just sit there and wait until they go. Deku in this case, basically, how would I say this, wants to get out and help them, but because this is his orders, not to listen to the others as well, it's like he can't do nothing. It's basically he's sitting there and just being a puppet on strings. Deku is just saying, fine, we'll go, and basically they can get out there on their own. That doesn't mean that I'm going to like it. And Deku is just trying to stay calm. Froppy can see his evil intent or his animal instincts, but this is when Deku just pats her on the head and says, "Don't worry, I'm all right." And he's thinking about Todoroki right now. In this instance, Todoroki and basically Endeavor are fighting off the freaking people. And how do I say it? Deku hasn't even met Stain yet. And I do mean yet because a lot of things are going to happen. Basically, Stain gets out of there because he doesn't want to fight freaking All Might. He respects All Might too much to fight him. Or, how do I say it? He knows he's going to fight him one day, but not at this moment, because he has other people to attack still. So, Deku and freaking Froppy just wait and wait and wait until they reach a place. Give me a second here. Now, basically, they go and, how would I say this? They reach their point. They reach their destination. Basically, they talk to the girl, one of the squid, and Deku, since he being there and looking at her with looking at freaking the squid with evil intent, basically she gives up all the information that she knows, and pretty much, yeah, they didn't have to go rough with her, especially Deku. So it's like she is safe, she's alive still, but this is when the guy, or basically the squid himself, attack, or not the squid, what's his freaking face, the octopus dude, captures the guy, and basically, since Deku was the last one on there, he can't do anything besides stand there. And because Deku is right there, he can't use any of his weapons, and he can't move now, because if he does move, basically, it means that the girl might get her neck snapped or whatever's going to happen. So, Froppy and him are in a predicament, and this is when he remembers that the mission's still at hand. Froppy says everything, and she tells Deku to save her, and this is when Deku sees her right there. Deku starts running, and he grabs onto to the girl, and starts running back, thinking that she can do it. And this is when, basically, the octopus guy, this is when Froppy tries to save the guy who got attacked, or, yeah, the guy who has, like, the ink in his eyes. Basically, Deku heard a bit of screaming and somebody getting hit. And this is when Deku finally reaches to that point, seeing freaking Froppy getting hurt. And Deku is mad. Deku says that he cannot use any of his weapons, but right now he doesn't want to use his weapons for what he's about to do to him. Froppy just tells Izuku to save the guy, and Deku just automatically runs up to the guy, using 20% of his full cowling, and punching him so hard that he's flying through the or flying through one of the rocks. Now, this is when the guy is basically on the floor, on the ground. How would I say this? Oh, yes. He's basically not moving, basically passed out. He has a kind of like a hole in his chest, but not really. And this is when Froppy is on the ground, passed out, and she wakes up. Give me a second here, people. How would I say this? Anyway. So, Deku and freaking basically Deku tells Froppy to wake up, and she passed out, and she wakes up to one of the members who helped her with the internship, and also basically the seal guy and Cyrus. Basically, they say how she was brave. And she was, even though she fought a villain, or even lost to a villain, she still kept up all her work. She did what was important, and that's what's going to make her a hero one day. Basically, Sue is kind of sad, but at the same time, she's happy for helping out. Deku said that, basically, she'll one day be a hero, so right now is not the time for crying. She can cry when she basically makes it and has the status of a hero. Now, this is when Froppy feels even better about herself, And how would I say this? Basically, the two talk about what else happened. They basically arrested the four people, or the four stowaways. Not only that, they, how would I say this? They basically walk around places and talk to each other, and they just go back to school, and they talk about their internships and all that stuff. Basically, Deku is just having to listen to what everybody else has to say. And how would I say this? They just go around and give me a second here, people. Okay. But anyway, I forgot to mention this. Deku is not going to be known as Guts as his hero name. He's actually going to be known as in a different way. His name is going to be known as the Berserker. Why? Well, because fighting and, well, basically destroying people is his go-to to win in combat. Now, Deku, how would I say this? Well, basically, Deku himself will be, will show everybody how strong he truly is. And Deku is somewhat, how would I say this? He's not nervous at all, actually. He's not nervous at all for what he's going to do. And what he's actually going to do is fight with the heroes. So it's basically Deku versus All Might and all that stuff. Basically, your everyday thing going up here. So anyway, Deku and, how would I say this? Deku and freaking Bakugo start fighting with All Might. And All Might is very, he's scared, at the same time he's excited. Why? Well, because Deku is going to be fighting freaking All Might. And not only that, Deku has One for All, and you can use 100% of it. So, fact of the matter is, Deku tells freaking All Might, well, All Might, I'm going to use 100% of my power. And All Might's like, oh boy, aren't I happy? Aren't I happy that I gave you my power? Not only that, you can use a sword, fire. Oh boy. So, Deku is just excited for all this because he gets to train with basically All Might. And Deku now has to somewhat get used to it. But anyway. These two start fighting. And basically, Deku tells Bakugo to go. Bakugo tells him he's an idiot. And All Might has to protect themselves. Now, Deku is just, how would I say this? Fighting with the others. Or fighting with All Might. And this is when Bakugo hits him in the head. So, he grabs freaking Bakugo and throws him as fast as he can with 100% power. This means Bakugo is flying, being thrown so hard that he's basically, how would I say this? Basically, some of his his shirt and some of his pants are being cut because he's basically flying so hard that the clothes themselves are ripping. And he basically shoots him to the point where he basically makes it through the freaking back, or makes it through the outside, or through the gate. And basically he's still flying and he hits a tree, and basically Bakugo's passed out, and they win. Deku is so strong, and All Might's so this is the first time he's ever seen this kind of power, because he's never actually done this to himself. It's so weird because, Deku's even stronger than what he has predicted. And knowing Deku, he has to go around and fight still. But anyway, Deku is just running around. Or not running around. Deku is just telling All Might that they won. He's sorry that they didn't get to have that much chance to fight. And All Might is thinking to himself, well, this kid is stronger than me, so I must get used to it. Although I was pretty, oh man, fighting him would be very, very stress-worthy. And if he could do that to Bakugo, what could he do to me? Oh, he's glad he didn't get to do that. So anyway, give me a second here, people. Anyway. So, basically, they win while fighting All Might due to the fact that Deku was just thrown like a freaking grenade. Well, technically, freaking El Chaco's a blast thing. You know what I mean. But anyway, Deku and the others basically go around and they have to find, clothes for their own training, for, like, supplies for the training camp. And basically, Deku meets freaking... How would I say? He meets freaking, Shigaraki talking about freaking Stain, and Deku says, "Who is Stain?" This is when freaking Shigaraki gets kind of mad because, it's like, what does he mean? Does he not know who Stain is? And Deku, says this: "If I don't know who Stain is, why are you complaining to me?" And this is when Shigaraki's like, "But everybody knows who he is." And Deku just says, "I don't know who he is." Pretty much, I think he's probably just somebody. I don't know, he's, the hero killer. I know who he is, but it's like, I don't know who he is. I don't know why you're talking to me about him. Pretty much, you're just jealous of him. That's all I can say. So why don't I just kill you now and just save this crap for probably your death? And this is when freaking Shigaraki says, "Oh, but if you kill me, then I'll just, have somebody kill anyone else here." And Deku is just thinking to himself, "Yeah, I don't really care." Then he just says it to him. "I don't really care who dies here, to be honest. Everybody dies, but I have to be a hero about it when I see somebody killing someone." And this is when Shigaraki's thinking to himself, "So what if I have somebody kill one of your friends?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" And this is when Deku just says, "Why would you just kill them? Of all people." And this is when Shigaraki says, "Oh, why not? This will be fun. Think about it. If you kill me, then I'll kill your friends. So, there's pretty much nothing that you could do about it." And this is when Deku's like, "If you kill one of my friends, I'll make sure you die. I'll make sure you die so badly that Death himself would think twice before taking you. Because how bloody your corpse will be, he's not going to put you back together." And this is when Deku is just readying up his sword. And this is when he says, "If you do, then I'll just destroy all of them." And Deku is thinking, "Ah, crap. Dang it. Alright, fine. I'll let you live for now. But don't be too, happy when we meet again." And Shigaraki says, "I was just going to say the same thing to you." And basically Shigaraki walks away, and nobody calls the police. Why? Well, because Deku talks to somebody, or talks to himself, and yeah, pretty much, he doesn't care. And yeah, that's all I can say right now, because I gotta do another video, and it's going to be the Bane What If. So, like, comment, do subscribe to the channel here, people. This has been the Fallout What If here. Bye.